Millions of travelers are about to walk into airports in 2026 completely unprepared. And the truth is, most people won't realize what's happening until it's too late. Because right now, behind the scenes, airports around the world are changing faster than government announcements can keep up. Policies are shifting, new systems are rolling out, and technologies that were once optional are quietly becoming mandatory. Over the past few years, we've seen a mix of confirmed updates and whispered rumors coming from the United States, Europe, and Asia. And when you put the pieces together, one thing becomes crystal clear. Air travel in 2026 will not look anything like the travel you're used to today. We're talking about biometric gates that scan your face in seconds, digital passports that could replace your physical documents, stricter carry-on rules, new hidden fees, AI-powered security lanes, and identity checks that many travelers don't even know exist yet. These changes aren't predictions. They're already being tested right now, and by 2026, they'll be part of the airport routine. So before you take your next flight, before you find yourself stuck in a line you didn't expect, or slowed down by a rule you didn't know existed, here's everything you need to know before you step into an airport in 2026. 1. Biometric Takeover. Airports are entering a new era where your face and fingerprints could become your ticket to fly. Across the United States, Europe, and Asia, major hubs are moving toward fully mandatory biometric systems. That means, instead of handing over a passport or boarding pass, travelers may simply walk up to a camera, have their identity verified in seconds, and proceed straight to security or the gate. Some reports suggest that in the near future, opt-out lines for those who prefer manual verification might disappear entirely, leaving travelers with no choice but to use biometric verification. Privacy advocates are raising concerns, warning that storing this kind of personal data at scale could create risks, although exact outcomes remain uncertain. Airports and airlines insist the technology is secure and aimed at improving efficiency, but for travelers, it represents a major shift in how we experience airports. By 2026, these changes could drastically reshape the flow of air travel. Instead of one long line for everyone, airports will likely divide passengers into fast-pass biometric lanes and slower, traditional manual verification queues. Missing the memo on these systems could mean waiting much longer than expected, or even risking denied boarding if documents aren't correctly linked. Biometric identity checks are just the first step in a series of sweeping changes, and what's coming next will touch almost every part of your airport experience. The new EES system in Europe. Starting in early 2026, the European Union will fully implement its Entry-Exit System, or EES, a sweeping upgrade to border management for non-EU visitors. Instead of relying solely on passport stamps, travelers entering and leaving the EU will have their fingerprints and facial scans recorded electronically. Every entry and exit will be logged in real time, and overstays will be automatically flagged, creating a much more precise and monitored system than ever before. While the system promises faster processing for compliant travelers, early reports suggest there could be growing pains. Rumors circulating online hint that some travelers are concerned about potential longer border delays during the first months of rollout, as airport staff adjust to new workflows and passengers get accustomed to the updated requirements. Officials insist that these changes are designed to improve security and efficiency, but for those unaware of the rules, arriving unprepared could lead to confusion or unexpected waits. The EES isn't just a minor technical upgrade. It's a signal of how airports in Europe are preparing for a fully digital, biometric future. Travelers will need to be more deliberate about timing, documentation, and understanding exactly how their information is being recorded. But Europe isn't the only place rewriting travel rules. From Asia to the United States, similar technologies are emerging, each promising faster processing while quietly changing the way we fly. AI-driven security lanes. Security checkpoints are about to get a major upgrade. Airports across the world are introducing next-generation CT scanners capable of three-dimensional imaging paired with AI-powered threat detection. The goal is simple: make security faster, smarter, and more efficient. With these systems, travelers at upgraded airports may no longer need to remove laptops, tablets, or even liquids from their bags. The infamous 3.4-ounce liquid rule could become a thing of the past at many locations. In the United States, TSA is already testing these AI-driven scanners at major hubs like Atlanta, Dallas, and Chicago, with a nationwide rollout expected by 2026. European airports are also adopting similar technology, promising shorter lines and a smoother security experience for those who follow the new procedures. That said, speculation is circulating among tech insiders. Some suggest that AI may eventually pre-flag passengers based on behavioral patterns, travel history, or unusual actions at checkpoints. While these claims aren't verified, they hint at a future where the system not only scans your bags, but also evaluates risk in real time. For travelers, understanding these changes is key. Pack smart, follow the rules, and the new systems could shave significant time off your security process. And once you make it through security, the next surprise hits your wallet. Carry-on rule changes and overhead bin fees. Travelers, get ready. Carry-on rules are tightening like never before. Starting in 2026, airlines will enforce stricter size and weight limits for both personal items and overhead luggage. Digital bag scanners at check-in counters are already being tested by several carriers, automatically rejecting oversized bags before they even reach the gate. For anyone used to slipping an extra tote or backpack on board, this will be a major adjustment. Low-cost airlines are taking this a step further by introducing personal item-only fares, meaning the small bag you once carried for free could now cost $40 to $80 more per flight. Even some full-service airlines are rumored to quietly adopt similar policies, subtly nudging travelers toward additional fees. And then there's the overhead bin. U.S. carriers are quietly experimenting with charging passengers for overhead space, a change that could soon become the norm. While airlines claim it improves boarding efficiency, it's clear the financial incentive is significant. For travelers in 2026, understanding the rules around bag size, weight, and bin fees won't just save time, it could save money and prevent stressful arguments at the gate. If you want a smooth start to your trip, weigh your bags at home, invest in compact carry-ons, and know your airline's policy before you arrive. But even your passport is about to get an upgrade. 5. Digital passports and phone as ID travel. Air travel is on the verge of a digital revolution, and your passport might never look the same. By 2026, the US is rolling out next-generation e-passports equipped with advanced biometric chips. These upgraded passports are designed to work seamlessly with airport biometric systems, allowing travelers to move through check-in, security, and boarding faster than ever before. Airlines are also expanding their digital credentials programs. Your passport information, boarding pass, and identity verification could all live on your smartphone. In practical terms, this means your phone could become your key to flying. No physical documents required at many checkpoints. Several carriers, including Delta, United, and British Airways, are already testing these systems, and early reports suggest adoption will accelerate globally. Of course, there are risks. Lose your phone mid-trip, and your digital ID goes with it. Battery dies just before a critical security checkpoint, and suddenly, you're stuck without proof of citizenship. While the technology promises unprecedented convenience, travelers in 2026 will still need to carry their physical passports and paper backups of key documents. A simple photo of your passport info page stored securely on your device can make the difference between smooth boarding and an unexpected delay. Digital passports are just the tip of the iceberg. But not every change in 2026 is obvious. 6. Hidden cost hikes and environmental fees. In 2026, the cost of flying may rise without you even noticing. Airports and airlines are quietly increasing passenger taxes, often embedding them directly into ticket prices. You might think you're booking the same flight as last year, but facility fees, fuel recovery charges, and environmental levies could make your ticket significantly more expensive. Green aviation charges are becoming increasingly common in Europe and the UK, and similar adjustments are expected to appear in the US as airports modernize and seek to offset infrastructure and environmental costs. While these fees are justified as part of sustainable travel efforts, some travelers are already calling it a silent price increase that could catch vacationers and business flyers off guard. The good news is, there are ways to reduce the impact. Compare taxes and fees breakdowns carefully during booking, and consider using airline credit cards that offer fee reimbursements or travel statement credits. Airport lounge access memberships sometimes cover certain taxes or provide complimentary checked bags, offering small but meaningful savings. With a few strategic moves, travelers can keep costs manageable, even as hidden fees become standard practice. Staying informed is key because these charges are quietly becoming part of the norm, affecting every ticket you buy. And speaking of costs, the check-in process is changing too. 7. Check-in without documents. Imagine, just for a moment, walking into an airport, skipping the check-in counter entirely, and heading straight to security. By the year 2026, new technology is making this a reality. Your passport, flight information, and identity could all be automatically linked through advanced biometric systems. Cameras and sensors at the airport recognize you in seconds, verify your details, and clear you for security without ever showing a boarding pass. Several airports are already testing these systems, and insiders speculate that by 2027, physical boarding passes might disappear completely. Travelers would rely entirely on their digital credentials and facial recognition to move from check-in to gate. The benefits are clear: shorter lines, faster processing, and, well, fewer chances of misplacing a boarding pass. For frequent travelers, this could mean a smoother, almost seamless airport experience. However, there are risks. Technology glitches, mismatched data, or device failures could cause delays, leaving travelers stranded or forced to revert to manual verification. Being prepared with updated travel apps, physical documents as a backup, and a bit of patience for early teething issues will be essential. This system represents a major shift in how airports operate, cutting down traditional steps and streamlining passenger flow. But the most shocking change is something most travelers haven't heard about yet. 8. AI border interviews. By 2026, border control may feel more like a conversation with a machine than a human officer. Automated kiosks are already being tested in countries like Canada, across the European Union, and in the United Arab Emirates, using a combination of voice analysis, facial recognition, and behavioral cues to verify a traveler's identity and intentions. Instead of a standard officer interview, these systems assess your responses in real time, comparing them to databases and predetermined behavioral patterns. Travel forums are buzzing with speculation. Some travelers claim that AI systems may flag nervous or hesitant passengers more often, even if they have nothing to hide. While these reports are unverified, they highlight the potential for AI to influence the speed and outcome of your border crossing. Travelers unfamiliar with the technology might find the process a bit intimidating at first. For United States arrivals in 2026, this could mean a more standardized, yet impersonal experience. Honest and consistent answers remain critical, but subtle cues like tone, pace, and facial expressions may be analyzed by AI systems before a human officer ever steps in. Understanding how these kiosks operate can help travelers stay calm and confident, avoiding unnecessary delays or secondary screenings. Even with AI handling part of the process, flying out won't be the same either. 9. Real-time flight monitoring and dynamic security levels. Airports are, really taking security to the next level with real-time monitoring powered by artificial intelligence. By the year 2026, advanced systems will actually be predicting traveler risks and dynamically adjusting security lane operations. If a passenger appears to pose a potential risk, based on their travel patterns, behavior, or data from previous trips, security staff can respond immediately, rerouting individuals to specialized lanes or increasing scrutiny when necessary. Crowds and passenger flows will also be monitored in real time. Cameras, sensors, and AI algorithms will detect anomalies in movement, line congestion, or unusual behavior, allowing airport staff to redistribute traffic efficiently. The promise here is pretty clear: shorter waits, faster throughput, and smoother operations for most travelers. Some reports even claim that this technology could reduce delays at major airports by, anticipating problems before they occur. However, there's definitely a learning curve. Travelers unfamiliar with these AI-driven adjustments might be redirected unexpectedly or pulled into specialized lanes without understanding why. Knowing that these systems exist can help reduce stress. Stay calm, follow instructions, and carry all documentation correctly linked to your digital or physical ID. Yet the rule that might disrupt the most travelers is still ahead. 10. International visa rule shifts. Travelers to Europe will face new hurdles starting in 2026. The European Travel Information and Authorization System, or ETS, will require United States citizens and other non-EU visitors to apply for pre-travel authorization before entering the Schengen zone. This isn't a visa in the traditional sense, but failing to obtain it could mean being denied boarding at your departure airport. ETS is just one example of a broader trend. More countries are adopting e-visas, requiring travelers to submit applications online before arrival. Even destinations that previously allowed visa-free entry are increasingly adding pre-approval systems, meaning that last-minute trips could become riskier for unprepared travelers. Some reports suggest that these pre-approval systems are designed to streamline border processing while enhancing security, but for the casual traveler, it adds an extra layer of planning. You can't rely solely on your passport or past travel experience. Staying up to date on the latest rules will be essential. With all these changes, from biometric gates and digital passports to AI-driven security and pre-approved visas, air travel in 2026 will look fundamentally different. Being informed and prepared will make the difference between a smooth journey and unexpected delays, extra fees, or denied boarding. 11. The unexpected changes. Some of the most surprising changes in 2026 aren't obvious at first glance. Airports are quietly testing baggage drop robots, allowing travelers to check luggage without human assistance. Smart gates are being installed that can scan travelers as they walk through, further streamlining the flow. Airlines are experimenting with silent boarding procedures, removing traditional announcements to encourage faster, more orderly boarding. Cashless airports are also on the rise, with payments and purchases fully digitized, reducing the need for cash transactions entirely. While some of these updates are still in trial phases, they hint at a future where airports operate more like automated hubs than traditional terminals. So how do you stay ahead? Air travel in 2026 is set to be faster, smarter, and more automated, but only for those who prepare. From biometric gates and digital passports to AI-driven security, dynamic flight monitoring, new carry-on rules, and updated visa requirements, the landscape is changing in ways most travelers haven't fully grasped. Being ready means checking passport expiration dates, keeping paper and digital backups, updating travel apps, and understanding your airline's carry-on and fee policies. It also means staying informed about AI-powered systems at security and borders, and knowing how pre-approval requirements like EES could affect your plans. Travelers who know the new rules will glide through airports stress-free, while everyone else could face long lines, extra fees, or unexpected delays. And while we've covered the major changes, rumors suggest even more surprises could hit airports in late 2026. So staying updated will be your ultimate boarding pass.